So I will continue on the work that we had before, how to reduce fragmentation that we have in Earth observation landscape, especially in our region in Europe. Here I am lead of this abstract. Here we have also my colleagues, Mark Moody, Maria Leo, that will present tomorrow, and others that are in Israel. So my presentation today I will give you a bit of context of the involvement of the European Commission in global Earth observation. I will give a little bit of context in terms of European contribution to the global Earth observation, the objectives of the project that I will present today, and I will conclude with future developments in this project. So, the European Commission has co-chaired the global Earth observation, the group on Earth observation. It has implemented the system of systems, which is called GEOSS, through intergovernmental partnership. Initially, it has the idea to support the sustainable development goals, while today the aim is to improve the availability, the access, and the understanding of Earth observation for the benefit of society in general. Copernicus, space infrastructure and services are the major contributions to GEOSS, as Katrina explained before, and to conclude on this, the mid-term recommendations of the GEO recommend that the regional nodes, the European nodes, to play a major role in closing the gap in knowledge that we have in Earth observation value chain. So this is why we introduce now the European contribution to the global Earth observation, which we will call briefly EuroGEO. So this node has the aim to tap the knowledge and the value chain between up and downstream services. It has the main priority to support European policies. We can start with European climate change and environmental policies, the EU Green Deal, climate change, and especially climate change adaptation strategies. This regional node has to build upon the existing national and European capacities and resources. Just to mention Copernicus, Horizon Renewal projects, and also the ECDA that are governed through the Environmental Agency in Copenhagen. Last but not least, GEO advanced to upgrade data sharing principles, open data, promote the dissemination of good practices and open standards. So this regional node will try to tap and to broker the regional and national institute data, will try to have a co-design approach through the identification of user needs, help into the tapping of funding opportunities, like to connect with the commercial sector, and to conclude to reduce fragmentation through a pragmatic interoperability of the regional node. And this is why I introduce now our project, our small project that JRC is conducting on behalf of Directorate General RTD. So this project is called TID, which stands for Towards an Innovative, Demand-Driven Approach to EuroGEO, which has the aim to prototype, to understand the user needs, and to reduce as much as possible the infrastructure, the fragmentation we have in our region, and to do that by designing, by having a proof of concept of how to deal with these problems. So it will be supported, it will be designed by promoting the values of the European context when dealing with digital transformation. It will be leveraged using the existing concepts and will last till next year. This project has been divided into 4 main work packages. So we started with the identification and documenting the policy priorities. I have here, sorry, I did not mention you before. I was emotional, so I completely forgot to even this also. You is working in another unit in GRC, which is called the Knowledge Center of Earth Observation, and she is dealing actually with the first task related to identification of policy priority use cases. The second task is related actually to the prototype. It's more a technical job that has also the aim to analyze and document technological enablers, architecture, standards, technologies that can optimize the virtual infrastructure in the context of the European data spaces. Moreover, we are mapping the advantages and the disadvantages of the different approaches in order to make operable and sustainable the European contribution to GEOSS. And the last point is related to support in the governance of these structures. So starting with the identification and the identification of use cases, we had the aim is to have a demand-driven approach in evaluating and assessing the use cases. This is an excellent opportunity to strengthen the link between the policy and the research through the Knowledge Center of Earth Observation, the identification, the prioritization of the use cases that requires a framework and methodology to do that, and last but not least, the Knowledge Center of Observation will strengthen the link between Horizon Euro project and the GEO activities. How are we going to do that? It's already almost at the end, I would say, but the idea is to build a framework, to build a methodology, to identify and to give priority to the use cases. It's through the analysis of the Horizon Euro projects, especially the E-shape project that I will present afterwards, our use case. There is a dedicated section on research projects and the possible extension of the Knowledge Center to an international dimension. So here I have reported the 4 main use cases that we have identified having a high policy priority for our project. We start with the Green Deal policy priority, which is related to the one use case from the E-shape project, and that use case is high photovoltaic penetration at EuroGEO that we are thinking to integrate into the policy cycle. Secondly, the second case is related to NVDI indicator, which is relatively above ground biomass estimation using machine learning techniques. Here Margarita is the leader of this task, and the aim is to test the platform like the Open Earth Observation and the DSS. The third case, it has a huge impact from a policy point of view, because what we are doing is to replicate a model which is called GREEN, and this model is used in impact assessment. When the Commission delivers a directive, there is huge work before that is documented through the impact assessment. And the impact assessment uses data and models to understand what is the impact of that directive to the economy. For the green model, we are trying to replicate this use case through in the infrastructures that we have so far in EuroGEOSS, and to replicate replicate and to make visible what is behind replicable what is behind the impact assessment. And the last use case, which has been already concluded, is an application, AI application to Earth observation to understand the relation between air quality and health. In the second task is related to the development of the prototype. This prototype has the objective to leverage the European data sharing and exploitation practices. The idea is to have a virtual digital infrastructure at a pre-operational stage, with the objective to give visibility to the long-term EU priorities, to showcase and promote the European way of open data and use of data. It's a demand-driven approach under the European strategy for data and leverages the opportunities for updating the Earth observation within the European data spaces. So how we plan to develop this proof of concept? The virtual infrastructure, the virtual ecosystem that we are thinking, it's not another platform. We are thinking to operate through open interoperability standards, to interconnect novel technologies, to leverage on existing communities and initiatives that inspire, and to use infrastructure, interoperable infrastructure, and test multi-cloud infrastructures and federated services like GEOSS, destinational, and other existing federated infrastructures. So far, the components that we have designed and tested are the single sign-on provider. We are aiming to work through a single sign-on provider to facilitate the access to the European node to the GEOSS. We are working on the concept of a meta-catalog not only for data, but for services in general that are related to data sets, models, infrastructures. And you can see here in the left side there is the resource card, which is our way of thinking of a catalog of a service, which has its attributes for each of the services. And then we are testing technological enablers, like the federated infrastructures of GEOSS, machine learning operations, modular development of these virtual infrastructures, and developing cloud-based sandboxes. For the time being, we have very much advanced in GEOSS in testing the GEOSS. GEOSS is a product of the European strategy for data. It's very interesting because it's a federated service that is very successful in the private sector. I don't know if some of you have heard of Copernicus, but GEOSS has applied these federated services to an area which is related to automotive. So data about value chain on automotive, from production to sales, and that is very interesting. We're testing this to understand how these federated services can be applied into the European GEOSS. It's open source. Everything that we are testing is available in GitLab. It's a framework for reducing fragmentation and enforcing standards. Already implements the single sign-on. Trusted entities permit to verify and authorize both providers and users. It permits to manage infrastructure orchestration, facilitates rules enforcement on data, and there are available descriptors for diverse types of users. To conclude, we will continue to test guides because we haven't finished yet. We start just a collaboration with them to understand some of the modules of the federated service that still are under development, and we will report further progress in the EuroGEO workshop that will be held in Bolzano the first week of October. Bolzano is a very nice city, so it merits to be there. And the second development of our project is related towards the development of a protocol for assessing the digital platforms based on user needs. Here on this topic, Margherita will present tomorrow what we have developed so far tomorrow at 2 o'clock, which is digital art observation infrastructures and initiatives, or a new framework based on open principles. Here I have listed some of the KPIs that we have taken into account to evaluate these digital infrastructures, and that will be developed into a protocol, into a standard to evaluate the digital infrastructures to complete the work on this project. That was my last presentation, my last slide, and I would like to thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm very glad to be here in Brussels.